There's one video a day challenge. Again, I'm walking my dog, and I took shower today. But you know, I'm not fond of wearing makeup. I feel like I am enough without makeup. I am enough in my natural state. Um, so today I'd like to talk about trauma bonding. Okay, what's trauma bonding? Okay, I haven't researched it. just so I'm just gonna talk about it from my current level of knowledge and awareness right now. I think it's when trauma bonding is like when two people or more are bonded by their traumas, by their wounds. You know, when what generates attraction between them or chemistry between them is their wounds, their traumas, their emotional wounds, their traumas. They're like two pieces of a puzzle where their jagged edges um, fit together. The jagged edges are like their wounds, their traumas, and so a lot of relationship and a lot of my relationships in the past as well. Not a lot because I didn't have much relationships. A few of my relationships in the past were trauma bonding. We were bonded by our shared traumas. And the thing is, that's why when I was commitment phobic, when I had wounds around commitment, I would always be attracted to men who were also deep down commitment phobic. Either men who'd say they're not into relationship right now, they're not into commitment. I'd be attracted to those, or those guys who'd be desperate, who'd be too desperate and needy to kind of to become exclusive with me, but they weren't being true to their agreement with me to be exclusive. They'd be like, "Oh, we're exclusive already," but they weren't really exclusive to me. They just wanted me to think we were exclusive, so that they can control my behavior. That I'd behave as if we were exclusive. So the thing is, with with trauma bond, and then those guys who are like, I just saw one guy. One guy just messaged me on TikTok recently. I lost his number because I lost my phone, so we haven't spoken for a while. But then I went out with that guy in Singapore 2 years ago. We watched Men in Black with my best friend in Singapore. So he took us to movie. I didn't even tell him that I was gonna bring a chaperone, a friend, and still, he didn't complain that why are you with a friend. And so the next time, because I was so crazy, I was a player, I was a playgirl. I used to date a lot. I used to rotate a lot of men, and sometimes before going to the date, I don't even know their names. I don't even know their names, and yeah, sometimes we'd just pick random guys to go out with, just so someone would take us to some nice place where we want to eat and take Instagram photos. So we were that bad. I was that bad. I was a player like that. So there's this guy. He's a French guy. He's good looking. He looks like he could pass for a boy band. He's French. He's white guy, tall, like 6'2", 6'3". Looks like a model. I think he was modeling in Singapore as well, but he had a job. And when I met him, he was um, looking for investors for his perfume business. And but I tagged him as a relationship guy because it's like, I just broke up with blah blah blah, and he was so gentleman. So after he took us to the movie, me and my best friend, I did go out with him. He took me to dinner, and then I slept over at his place. I didn't have sex with him, but I slept over at his place. I didn't have sex with him because I was scared that this guy might think we're in a committed relationship. He might get too attached after sex. I was scared. Before, when a guy would talk about commitment or getting married right away, no matter how good looking, no matter how rich the guy was, I would feel so much resistance in my whole body. That's how scared I was with commitment. You know. These are papers for my dog's poop for when he poos. And then, and so, yeah, he messaged me, and I was like, what the fuck? When, cause like right now, I don't meet anyone I like in Manila right now. My dating life is great, is amazing when I'm abroad, but in Manila, it's so boring. Um, so I was thinking, and now I've healed my commitment phobia, my wounds around um, commitment. And so now I'm looking to date someone who's commitment ready, because I am commitment ready. But now I'm not meeting anyone that I like, at least that I'm attracted to. And then so I'm thinking, God, so in my past, so many guys were commitment ready and wanted commitment with me, and I wasn't ready, and I was making all these excuses. And now that I'm ready, they're nowhere to be found anymore. At least not in Manila. And so anyway, so yeah, I think yeah, I was always attracted to the bad boys, because I used to identify as a bad girl as well. I used to heavily identify as a bad girl. Now I'm more balanced. I'm aware that there's a bad girl and a good girl inside of me. And we are made to be aware of our dark side, of our badness, of our bad bitchness, in order for us to transmute it, in order for us to understand the depth of our light as well, of our good side as well. Because there's what you call law of polarity. In order for you to truly appreciate and understand hot, you're gonna have to be exposed to cold, and same with good and bad, and same with negative and positive. And um so this guy, what am I talking about? So trauma bonding. And I think, yeah, they say, that I think that my theory why they say, we have chemistry, and wounded people often feel chemistry with people who are equally wounded, and healthy people have chemistry with people who are equally emotionally healthy. And my theory is that because their actual chemistry, like body chemistry, mirror each other or match each other, like they probably have the same amount and level of dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin and endorphins and all those substances that the body produce that affect the emotions, and that's what creates what feels like chemistry. But the thing is, yeah, so even us being attracted, even trauma bonding has its purpose, because when you learn that your attraction with someone was from a place of trauma bonding, then you would know that its purpose was just for you to be aware of your traumas. And when you find yourself no longer attracted to the person when you've healed those traumas, or when the other person finds himself no longer attracted to you after he's healed those traumas, then it means you've already served each other's purpose in each other's lives, and it's not true choice, it's not true soul, um true soul to soul, it's not true. Your core frequency without the traumas, without the wounds, is not match. It's not an energetic match to his core soul frequency. That's how you know if someone is a is a karmic partner or a trauma bond. When when if it's a true attraction from your core, from your soul, um then once you've grown into your true core self, once you've healed all those traumas that 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 hinders you from becoming who you truly are in your core, once you've healed those and grown to who you truly are, you're gonna lose attraction for your trauma partners, for partners whom you were attracted to because of trauma bonding. Okay, but if the person is someone you're still attracted to, even though after you've healed your traumas, and you're now operating from your true self, from your true core self, and you still find yourself energetically pulled towards that person, so attracted to that person, then that's probably a true soul to soul mirror connection, like a twin flame, twin soul, twin soul, because your true core selves, your soul selves, are each other's perfect energetic match. So yeah, so that's my take on trauma bonds versus a relationship that are formed because of trauma bonds, as compared to uh, a connection. A connection that's formed through trauma bond, and a true connection that's like a soul to soul, each other's perfect energetic match. Okay, so that's it, Pansit. Uh, I just want to keep my commitment to myself to create one video every day where I share things that I want to share. Yeah, so this has been Lionel Joy and Amanda calling. There's many of us inside me, and yet I'm all of them, and yet I'm none of them. They're just I'm just whoever I need to be in the moment, or whoever I feel like being in the moment. My doggo, my doggo, boy. He hasn't pooed. So these are I'm gonna wipe his poop with these. And what else can I talk about? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, 11:55. I think that's it for this tonight's talk. Mama, oh, we're gonna have a podcast soon. Um, with in collaboration with Viva and Spotify. So do watch out for that. We're gonna have photo shoot on January 7th. So yeah, I'll be posting like reels of the photo shoot and all that. Mama, if you got value out of this, please like, share, subscribe, make a comment, and let's get in touch. Let's get in touch. Let's form a tribe. Let's form a community of women supporting other women, from a place of our personal power, because we all have our own personal power. We're all a fucking genius at one thing, at something, and when we're all operating from that genius, from our genius zone, and really sharing with each other from that place of power, the world's gonna be a much amazing place than what it is right now. So yeah, let's form a community, let's form a tribe of women supporting women, and women helping each other find their genius zone, and so that we can all operate from that. We can all um, cooperate instead of compete, and we can all contribute to each other, to the world, the universe rather. And so we can one day, and so we can make it a lot better than what it is already right now. So yeah, gotta go, mama. That French guy who messaged me recently on TikTok, he's now just after 2 years, his perfume brand that it was just putting up before when we met has now a lot of branches in Singapore, in Orchard or something like that, but all those like luxury shopping malls, and it's now a global brand. He's only like 26 now, and he's good looking. He's a gentleman, He spends for the girl and her friend on a date, even though he wasn't that made yet at the time. He was 24 and he was just starting his business, looking for investors. But he was making all those effort. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just surrendering to the universe, whoever's meant for me. I know that whatever's meant to be will be. I feel like our ego likes to think that we have 100% free will, like we're in control all the time, or like we're 100% in control of a lot of things. But I feel like a lot of things are predestined, but they're the true intentions of our soul. And so because they're the true intentions of our soul for coming here, for reincarnating this lifetime in this time space 3D reality, in this heart mind body soul combination, I feel like at some point or another we're gonna gravitate towards the path that our souls truly intended for us to be in. So when they say divine intervention, it's actually the divine. We are all connected, we're all one. So the universe is you and me. And so the divine is just your highest intelligence, your highest self. The intelligence of your divine intelligence is just the intelligence of your highest divine self. So yeah, whatever's meant to be is what our souls or highest selves desire anyway. And we got it figured out, I think. Before even coming to Earth, we already got it figured out. The universe has got it figured out. We've got it figured out. So just trust. Patience is easy for those who trust.